Look how foggy it is this morning. Oh, foggy and rainy. The weather here is so weird. I have to put something in my little feeder here. Warm time. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Monday. I don't do too much in here on Mondays because I gotta go to work, but I always come and check on them and just do maybe a little something. But I wanted to look at these guys here. These bins were created on the 13th with a 1/4 pound, and I put 2-3 weeks because that reminds me I have to check them in 2-3 weeks. So a 1/4 pound is approximately about 250 worms. It depends on the size of your worms. My worms tend to be a little on the chunkier side, so when you look at it, it's less worms because they're bigger. Now, if you have a lot of little ones, then you're going to have a lot of them that come up to a 1/4 pound. But it's approximate. Everyone's worms are different, you know. So it's still cold and the heat's still pumping here, but as you can see, they are eating the chow I put on here, and they also eat the paper. Oh, look at that little one there. Sometimes I see them, sometimes I know you can't. They're doing well though. And the worms in the bin out there, they haven't escaped. I'm like, okay, we do good. No light, no crawly. You never know. These worms love newspaper. Look at this. And they eat the chow. They act like I don't feed them. You know, some, they'll just go for the paper sometimes. That's just how they are. You never know. Let's see this one. Look, the paper again. I think they do that when I wet the paper down the most because it's nice and moist. And they, look at them, they absolutely love it. And that's okay. If you've ever done a worm bin with just paper, you will see the castings will have the paper in it. You could literally see it. It is the strangest thing. I should do an experiment on a bin with just paper so you could see what it looks like. Because guys, when I started doing this 21 years ago, I didn't know but to use paper. I mean, the internet wasn't a big thing, and if it was, I didn't have a lot of access to it. So I kind of learned a little bit here and there and just did what I did. And they said, well, you have a lot of paper, use paper. I'm like, okay. And you know, my worms did fine. But in time, when I started adding different things, I noticed the castings, they didn't look the same. And I'm like, haha. So they're all doing well. So let's check on the ones that I did in my previous video on the 27th. And it's the Worms for Life guy. He hasn't responded, but you know, I mean, people go on vacation and they're busy. I understand. I did give them a banana in each one, and I don't expect to see anything yet. Now there is a worm here. Let me poke a hole in it. Just to help them out a little. Look, they're already starting down there, and this really doesn't have anything going yet. I'm gonna poke a hole in the bottom of them. So yeah, even though these are my breeders, every once in a while, you know, I like to treat them to table scraps. You know, food scraps that I chop up and I use. Some, well, most commercial worm farmers won't do that. They'll only do chow. But, you know, I'm not the usual. Because I do things the way I think is better for them. Oh, look, this one has a little more action. Let me just poke a hole here. There you go, guys. These castings are good. Moisture is good. See, when you clump, Go like that. Now I don't squeeze too hard because sometimes there'll be a little worm in there and I don't want to hurt them. Now breeding worms should be at 80% moisture, which is just a little on the wetter side than normal. But you know, you have to just watch them really closely. Make sure you don't oversaturate your bin because then it could start smelling weird. So thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you all. Check out my other worm channel, The Composting Worm Lady. And pretty soon I have a new product coming out. So Friday, I'm back working down here. I'll show it to you guys. So all the chow that I've been putting in, they've been eating it. Look at that. There is a lot of youngsters in here. Look, see how little they are? Let me try not to disturb them too much. Look. There's a lot of little ones in here. So this bin, cocoons have hatched. And they are growing up. So since these are not my breeders, I fluff them up once in a while just to get some oxygen in there. But look, you can tell. Look at all the little ones. So now these are gonna grow up, fatten up, and hopefully by spring, they'll be ready for you all. So they're doing well. They are doing well. Tomorrow, I come down here and I feed them water if I have to. Look, there's another one that has a lot of little worms. See, look. Cocoons are hatching. Look at that little one there. So they're doing well. Yay. So let's see. This one has cocoons. So sometimes if I see stuff like this happening, someone's eating it. So I look to see if there's any like babies like over there. See, there are some young ones, look. But I think honestly they're just starting. So again, the moisture's good here. Let me see if I could catch this cocoon for you. Oh, it was hollow. And yeah, tomorrow I'll be feeding them again. Yeah, they're just gobbling it up. So those of you that have bought worm chow from me, let me know how they're doing. The worm chow, by the way, is out of stock right now. I had to put it out of stock because I need to make some more. Look at that. Now I make my worm chow with a lot of ingredients. If you want to make it, find my video and you could do it. And if you don't want to make it, you could just come to my website and when it's back in stock, you can order it. But I give out my recipe. It's all right. I'm not stingy. Oh, look at this little one. Look at that. That worm is so tiny. That they call little worms like that wisps. That looks like a newborn. Look, there he is. Let's see if you can see him now. Look how little. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're starting to hatch in here too. So, hey, there's action going on. So, this is what I basically do on Mondays. I come and I check just to make sure everything's okay. If I have to troubleshoot anything, I kind of look to see what I'm going to do tomorrow in here. Like I look ahead, I try to make a plan like, oh, I know this needs caring or I know that one. And if I see something that I know needs attention, I'll pull it out just to remind myself, you know, like, hey, come and peek at this one. You know, it needs my attention. So, but so far everyone's okay in here. Everyone is okay. So about a week before I start harvesting these bins, I uncover them so the bedding starts to dry out. But I make sure I monitor them every day so I don't over dry them, because if you over dry them, then the worms could die. And that's the last thing you want. So, and if I see that I'm drying them out and they're getting too dry too fast and I don't have time to harvest it, I just cover it back up with the plastic, and it'll help retain the moisture in there. So anyway, guys, I will see you back at the end of this week. I hope you learned something as usual, and we're gonna keep this going. There's a lot in this one. Look at that. Like and subscribe, press that little bell so you don't miss me when I'm coming on. And spring is coming, so there's going to be a lot of learning videos, even though I think that's all I do anyway. All right, guys, well, take care.